welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we've had a show so far. I cannot believe that David's mouth stretched that wide to eat that burger. I was watching the screen with like the biggest eyes, but we definitely are going to keep that childlike wonder continuing as we're talking about design inspiration, something that I'm really excited about.
Definitely. Now this year, Decorex is thinking beyond traditional boundaries and exploring the intersection of creativity, commercial viability, and societal impact. Now, someone who is fresh from the Milan Design Week, we're joined in studio by the creative director of Decorex Africa. We're talking about Belle Bellingham in the building, and she's here to share some of her latest decor and design trends that I'm sure will be on display at Decorex Cape Town 2024, kicking off this Thursday, the 6th of June, and runs until the 9th of June. And a reminder, that's tomorrow, people. So inspiration has arrived.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So apparently, the two of you kind of have met before this because Milan seems to be the meeting place for so many great minds.
All the cool people meet there, right?
We did. Lots of South Africans as well, which was so nice.
Oh, I love to see that, man. And I love that you brought that inspiration here, as you said, Raul, that we're going to be seeing it from tomorrow all the way until the 9th. And I want to talk about design. I want to talk about actually a year that we should not be talking about, and that's 2020. It was an interesting year to kind of see the adaptation of human behavior when it comes to the environment, right? Yeah. We kind of realized that we don't have a lot in our control, and what we do have in our control is our immediate environment, our home space, and also that became our workspace too. So I'm kind of wondering if design also took a different direction, kind of witnessing this and saying some change needs to happen here, right?
Definitely. I think change is the operative word there in society in general in 2020.
Yeah.
But I think all of us realize how powerful our spaces are and the impact that they have on us emotionally and psychologically, and also for efficiency. Yeah. So designers, I think we took responsibility for how we can play a role in that. Yeah. So started really, I mean, there are a whole lot of things that changed. I think we started using, like, I'm just looking at this couch. We started using like chubby, comforting, tactile surfaces that gave us comfort. We used color quite a lot. I mean, if you think about color, you can either raise your energy with it or you can also calm yourself. So I think there were a lot of shifts where we realized, also obviously our homes became far more agile, to your point about like living, working. Yeah. At some point, the pile of books that you had your computer on had to change. So we started making things a little bit, I think, efficient is also, and also this idea of rest and wellness. We were, we really realized we have to change for that.
I felt like that period definitely brought about the understanding that the space in our home becomes this functional sanctuary. That you realize it's a private, safe space, but one that also needs to serve a purpose now. And I think that's redesigned and reshaped our thinking of what our home can be. And I also look at those influences that kind of add to design, add to these changes. I mean, you mentioned something like the impact of COVID-19, but also look locally at South Africa. We've got our own external influences continually impacting us, and I'm sure design is possibly impacted by that. I look at South Africa's unique situation where we maybe lack certain moments of power, and I'm talking about electricity here, if anyone's wondering. Has design been dictated to because of this, or is it somehow navigating the space and finding better creativity because of it?
Such a nice question. I mean, the mandate of design is to find solutions. That's, I often think like, what's the difference between design and art? That's what it is. It's finding solutions.
I like that.
And also if you think about South African design and African design, we are built for resilience. To your point, we don't have power. So it's not like we're operating, on European standards, we can kind of choose whatever. We also are limited to a degree in our resources, not resources, but our ability to do R&D and. So we are very clever and innovative in how we come up with things. So it absolutely did shift our thinking, but also we were doing it before a little bit.
Ahead of the curve.
Yes. Aren't we just the best? I love being South African. Let's talk a bit about your point about wellness that you brought up earlier and your sanctuary point as well, Raul. I mean, our environments really have become that, haven't that? A safe space for us to just explore and enjoy. And can you talk a bit more about how the idea of wellness, even as a global trend, has also impacted design? It's no more a very, cold environment that there's your bed, there's your this, it's become a space of harmony almost within your home.
Yes, and I think also what we've started realizing is, I mean, nature is the main muse.
Right.
She's the original genius.
Yeah.
So ways that we've done that is bringing a lot more natural textiles, a lot of natural materials that are real and are from the earth and especially that ground us. Also, when I speak about South African design, we have a lot of traditional wisdom and vernacular designs in terms of keeping our homes cool, using nature, using Adobe or whatever's in our context, as opposed to shipping stuff in from China or whatever it is. So all of those natural elements have a very significant impact on our bodies, I think, which we've realized. There was a trend to open everything up. You remember that trend?
Yes.
We open everything up. But now that we can't do everything in one space, so you're getting broken planning, where you're realizing that different rooms, you don't want to be working in your bedroom. So we start shifting these things. So homes are becoming multifunctional and agile. Even our furniture is becoming multifunctional. Yeah, agile.
I like that.
Design's
too.
becoming agile.
Yeah.
Design agility.
Yeah.
Ooh, put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd wear that.
I'm here for agility, I'm here for design, but I'm also here for me being a nature boy at heart. So that
Yeah.
means when it comes to anything eco-conscious, sustainable, I'm celebrating it and I'm celebrating the way it gets incorporated into design.
Yeah.
When it comes to Decorex, and when it comes to the fact that we have an opportunity to maybe see some of the forefront of this design, please tell me the box of conscious eco-warriors protecting the earth, being sustainable is being ticked. What do you have in that front? Are we going to be able to look towards something exciting?
You are.
Yes!
So I'm very proud about our Regenerate exhibition. So we
Okay.
have an exhibition that is designed firstly for disassembly. So the structure that we've designed is embodying a lot of the circular design principles. So it's made with no glue or anything. So it pops up, it pops down, packs in, and can go wherever.
Sure.
And then, so that will be, there'll be a lot of information about circular design for both homeowners and designers. And then in the middle, we have all these bizarre and wonderful new materials, because that's where design is being shifted a lot. We're having to do a lot of material science in terms of, you know, a lot of our natural resources are being depleted, so we have to start being very clever and creating new bioplastics, using seaweed, using hemp. So we have a lot of on that display. We also, Decorex have committed to some lofty ideals for the next 10 years. So I have to admit, we are building in public. We will not get everything right. But we are trying as best we can. And we're also trying to enable our exhibitors and our visitors and everyone around us. So there's a lot of knowledge sharing. And yeah, so it's been a journey. It will be a journey, but it is the most important thing for us at the moment.
Yeah, beautiful. I absolutely love that. Well, I'm going to pop into Decorex this weekend, and I can't wait. Of course, the details will be popping up on your screen so that if you're interested in anything that Belle has said, you can also experience it for yourself. I also like the idea of imperfect sustainability, right?
Yeah.
Because every single step does count. I'll see you there, Belle, and I'll see you there too.